And welcome back, everybody, as we are about to go live here with Map 2 between Virtus.pro and mousesports. Of course, Map 1 was Cobble, and mousesports able to pull out the 16-11 victory off of a really good CT side, and then, finding a way to close out those last 5 rounds on the terrorist side after, having a little bit of struggle after the opening gun. They did eventually pull it out, and now we are going to be on cash, and this is certainly VP's power map here, so mousesports up for maybe an uphill battle, but at least they had that map 1 secured, so a tie is at least guaranteed, but they'll see if they can't maybe pull the upset here on cash and try to make this just an all-out victory.
Yeah. Now, this is, again, I don't know if you just mentioned that, but mousesports' map pick, so it might play into the favor of VP, but what an interesting setup here. We got mousesports kind of waiting for a late B push outside of B in the sunroom, just trying to catch rotators as maybe a late round fake into A, because I would assume that VP could
I know a lot of teams like to push players out into the B lobby on CT pistol round to get information, also just be like a really quick rotate to A. And so mousesports do throw this smoke here, blocking off Bialy's vision, so this actually is kind of causing Snacks to think about cheating over, but he's holding up pretty well. I like this. VP's not really buying this, I don't think.
I think mousesports at this point are going to be upset that they don't have the bomb at A.
Yeah, now you see them grabbing it over. Like, they realize Bialy's just all by himself at truck, so they kind of realize it's a stack. Dennis will stay B. He'll probably go try to make some noise here soon. But, yeah, Chris J and Next bring the bomb through the A lobby. And they're already at A before VP has made... They haven't shifted at all, man. They've, held like a rock in all their positions. But Taz does spot the cross, and he does dink Chris J. But Chris J does get in, and he does get the bomb plant. And now Dennis will be kind of flanking through while VP makes the huge rotation here. And I think Dennis may have a great opportunity to catch a couple of guys in the back. But no, Bialy wise to it, turns around, exchanges shots with Dennis, but now he'll just ignore him, and they'll just swarm the site together as a 5. Snacks coming around the quad will take down Nico, and so they actually get on the defuse, but Chris J gonna pull out the knife, comes in, stabby, gets the kill there. Dennis, though, with the TK, this round is a circus. Oh my god, what is going on? I don't even understand what just happened, dude. I don't even get it. What is that?
3 players on VP got knifed. And the game could not handle it.
Producer, you need to highlight that clip, by the way. That's probably one of the stupidest rounds I've seen in our league. Oh my god, I can't even believe that just happened. So, yes, our producer's game did crash, so we will be right back, guys. I'll do some radio casting style, but I don't even understand that round. Next just got $3,000 off of knife kills for 1, so we'll put that aside for now. But mousesports, I don't know if you can see the game yet, because like I said, the game did crash for our producer and one of my co-casters here. But mousesports just working their way onto an A split. They got really fast mid control against the, of course, ecoing VP, who did grab some upgraded pistols, but have only been able to find 1 frag so far with them. As we see mousesports with 3 of their players bringing the bomb up into an empty A bomb site, and it's just going to be Neo left with the Deagle on the B side of the map, rotating into the mid garage now, and he's probably just looking for Essex or something like that at this point. Maybe even just try to save the Deagle for the next round. That way he has something to work with. And are you guys back in the game now?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Some UMP error or something, but yeah, what was it? $4,500 worth of knife kills from that pistol round. I mean, that's huge. Apart from it just being straight up hilarious.
Yeah, one of the knife kills was Chris J, and then next
got 2.
So that's $4,500 in total to mousesports in that round. Most of it going to Nex, who now has $5,900 going in the round 3. Chris J with 5,000. So
from this 3rd round auto sniper.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like the sickest play ever if you got an auto sniper 3rd round?
Yeah, just going up against pistols.
It could just be like really BM and get like I don't know what the machine guns cost actually. I don't pay attention to like the Negev and the other one, how much they cost. I know they're like high 5,000.
700.
Okay, so you can't quite go that hard.
The pistol round was really interesting though. Just going back to it, like.
Right.
They were kind of waiting for... VP were adamant about playing retake on A, and that's what they got. And then obviously it playing out was kind of hilarious. The retake looked like it was almost going to be successful until all that nonsense happened, but
a lot of shenanigans, basically, as mousesports clean up another eco round, it looks like here. 3-0 start, and there you have it. And I think what's, the opening gun round's about to come up, and one of the key things about VP is just, like, they're one of the best mid-control teams on cash in the game from both sides of the map. On T side, they have some really, really cool set smokes and molotovs that many other teams don't really use to get mid-control, so you'll see that a lot in the second half. But even on CT side, they have some really cool aggressive mid setups that can be pretty devastating. So even with all of the shenanigans that we've seen take place here, I think VP still have a good chance on this map, but mousesports definitely has played the pistol and the anti-ecos quite well.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see why, just from the type of team that Virtus.pro are, why they're so good at mid control. It's because if you have really great executions, which Virtus.pro probably have the best executions of anyone in the game, taking mid can be a breeze. I mean, trading out mid with so much confusion, something that trading out anything with a lot of confusion, what Virtus.pro is great at, just kind of finding success in all of that chaos. And as a CT, who just kind of have to sit there and decide what you're going to look away from, who you're going to take a fight with, that can be really difficult, especially versus a team like Virtus.pro. And with mid being so important, that's why we see them be just such a great cash team. This is a map that rewards slow play, not at mid.
Yep, and here you have it. VP opening up with the initial very heavy mid aggression. They pretty much have, forced mousesports back off of that. Neo and Bialy are two side anchors. Bialy the A side, Neo the B side. Pretty classic CT side VP, but that mid aggression is just so powerful. But Neo is all alone at B right now. Snax has yet to make the rotation, so this B bomb site is a bit exposed. Pasha, though, is rotating mid as well, so he might be pretty quick to Vince to rotate if needed. But yeah, a lot weighs on Neo, and they trust him so much on these B bomb sites to anchor. Inferno B bomb site as well, and Snax able to make the rotation. There's no smoke on lower CT. A little bit of a misstep there from mousesports. It gives Snax an opportunity to just come in here and get clear vision on this site crossing. Pasha, the same thing. They still haven't found Neo. He just James Bonds that guy with the USP. Man, oh my
Jump for pretty much no reason there, but
a little bit of James Bond, dude.
It's just what you said. I mean, Neo knows how to stay alive in the site, knows how to get a kill, but they didn't smoke CT, which I just don't understand why they didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just doing the James Bond theme music, like as background music to your analysis there. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's a good point. Like, that's like a key smoke on B executions, hands down. Like, the heaven smoke is like not necessarily like heavily needed, though it can be useful if there's like a quick heaven rotator. But like, it's just like a no-brainer to get a smoke on that lower CT, and they just didn't get it, and that was like a huge, deal there because VP just had free reign on all their rotations, and they just, like I said, Neo just staying alive in the B site for so long they never found him, and he was able to get the final action there. As of course,
if a North American team didn't throw that smoke.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've seen some North American teams do that as well sometimes. Actually, it's such an easy smoke to throw from cover from the B lobby, and it's just like a no-brainer because it cuts off like the biggest rotate point. Because that's where an opper's going to go 9 times out of 10 if he's playing mid. That's his main rotation spot. Besides maybe heaven. But either way, mousesports still does have a full buy here. AKs across the board. They are able to get a pick there onto Pasha and Taz. So that's two of the A and mid players there. But Snax playing inside of the vents, able to still keep his eyes on mid and get a kill there on the Dentist. Now mousesports being filtered back over to the A site. But Bialy is playing inside the site. Such a good A site player for this team, as he's able to pop off the frag there, and it just leaves B and Chris J all alone, and they'll backtrack again to B, which is the right decision. Snax is going to be in the vents to rotate pretty quick. He may even be able to catch them, but no, he'll just kind of wait it out. So this time the smoke goes up on lower CT, and they will get the bomb planted inside the site, and Neo and company will just be forced to retake here. Bialy inside the heaven, Neo flanking through B lobby. Snax tries to come out the vents, but Chris J alert to it and gets the kill for the 2-on-2 post plan here, as they do hear the gunshots coming in from heaven. They caught Neo already, so they know exactly what's going on, but Bialy still finds the kill on the Gabi anyway. Drops down, both players very low HP. We do see Chris J peeking just a little bit here. The bomb's not really planted for him. He has to kind of run up. Bialy accounting for this will be ready for it, and he'll get back on the defuse in time as well. And yeah, it's just not putting yourself in good post plant positions, I think, there for mousesports.
Yeah, you can always plant for checker, right? You use a Titan plant back sight in the corner, and that's how you plant for checker. You have cover from upper, you have cover from CT, and you have cover for everywhere except for checker. But if you came through checker, that's not a big deal. And they didn't actually, they had to kill the player in vents, and that was Snax who waited there. And the only reason that they were able to get in the site is because Snax was too smart to just jump out of vents and risk getting not getting a trade. And that forced him into a retake. But up until that point, Virtus.pro had great map control overall, and for that to come to a 1v2 with Bialy having only 10 HP was kind of surprising, but still made it work.
Don't get me exactly. I mean, I thought VP had a stronger hold in the round, so yeah, the fact it came down to a clutch like that was pretty cool, and kind of like crazy that mousesports got it that way. But if they would have played it a little bit better, they might have actually been able to win that. But next, coming into the checkers here, grabs 2 nice frags. They did a great job using that Molotov on the vents. You see that quite often. They know Snax likes to play that spot, and so they just hard countered it, forced them out into an awkward space and checkers, and then they capitalized on him big time.
Did you see what the smoke that he threw? Oh, the bomb actually gets dropped on the site. That's interesting. There's no player actually there to get it, and Pasha almost catches the second player who goes to pick it up afterwards. Bialy also very hurt in checkers. Pasha pushing into the site though.
Yeah, he does get in here. The bomb does get planted, but Nico does fend it off, and Bialy has to wait for that fire to cease in vents. And in fact, he'll now actually just rotate over here to the CT side. But at this point, with no HP, I think he's just looking for exits and for a save. And so mousesports will extend that lead now 4-2. Like I said, it's really nice counter to Snax in the vents and just being able to explode on B off of, you know, flushing him out into a bad spot.
He instead of actually jumping out of the vent right away though, Snax threw a smoke. Oh, it's pretty cool. Yeah, like a smoke that only the top of it touched the fire. And it was kind of outside the vent. And then he peeked out of the vent to mid, got a kill, and then fell out of the vent and got punished by Nex, who ended up getting 2 kills. Obviously the reason they won that round.
Yeah, I have seen that a lot actually, where like, and it's I've seen this even in some NA games where like players will just smoke the fire immediately. But as you said, his smoke was a bit different. I see a lot of teams will just like throw a smoke inside the main portion of the vents, but that cuts off your ability to use that space anymore, right? But Snax, as you said, threw it in a way in which he could actually re-peek mid, and he got a kill because of it. So that was a cool play, and maybe some people will see that and pick up on it, as especially like other vent players who have to worry about that fire. That might be like a new thing to rely on.
Did he just like cost like 50 health? Yeah, he had to like kind of aim down and just carefully drop the smoke, but it was at the cost of 50 health. I think if he just stayed in the vent though, that would have made that play complete. Obviously, then they would have known he would be in there, but they were still waiting for him to drop out, which was an issue. SJ finds a pick there.
Yeah, Neo trying to get a little bit of a peek there at mid, as VP did have an early man advantage here. They still have it, 4-on-3, but they have a couple of guys just on pistols, so that obviously does help out mousesports a bit here, as it looks like they're gearing up more towards mid and A main. But Taz has pressed through Squeaky Hall here, and he's actually flanking these A main players, but he cannot get the kill. Nico clears him out, but Bialy does find Nex at mid. So they have cut off the mid control from mousesports, and so now it appears like Nico Crochet will just try to press A main. Bialy just playing a one-and-done spot here, but that's totally fine because he's guaranteeing his team a 2 versus 1, and maybe he even just wins the round right here. He gets to call on the Crochet. Nico not quick enough to follow up on it to trade, so now Bialy could just win this outright, but no. Nico does get it, but like I said, it's fine. He leaves his team in a pretty favorable 2 versus 1. A perfect way to play the 3v2 there, and then Snax cleans it up. He'll get the kill, he'll get the op pickup and the defuse, and so it is 3 to even on like a broken buy for VP. So good job there.
Yeah, that's all he had to do kind of in the site. Virtus.pro come away with a round. Kind of interesting that mousesports are still able to maintain a lead, obviously. Part of the reason is because of that pistol. A huge part of that reason, actually. And they will go into this next round with not much money, but I think we would have had to actually double save if not for that plant there. So maybe a small victory.
So with VP collecting that, they do close the gap on the scoreboard here and actually force mousesports onto a force buy of their own. Just some Tech 9s and armor So definitely favorable here for VP, as it looks like mousesports is trying to smash into A. Not really sure why Christian just went alone like that. No one's even ready to hit Squeaky or A main with them, so kind of just a wasted effort. And now VP will just smash mousesports. I mean, they can't get out. We do see Next does eventually get out, and he does get one kill here. Can he get another and maybe get this bomb planted? No, it looks like not. He does eventually take down Bialy, and wait, maybe he does. This is like it's be hard for him to cross back into the site. Does do a little bit more damage actually to another player. And oh my goodness, Next is getting a lot of frags there actually. He had 3 and even had Snacks and Pasha low on HP, so he almost made a crazy miracle happen there, but to no avail. VP tied the game up at 4-all.
Yeah, he just straight up almost aced if he didn't just turn his back there by the smoke. He dinked Pasha, the person who actually killed him earlier, a few seconds ago. So that was a very, very close call from him. mousesports have 4 rounds against 4 of Virtus.pro. mousesports are buying to go up against the rifles, but they're also going up against 2 ops on Virtus.pro, which is a huge problem on Cache. When CTs have ops, it's extremely difficult to deal with only rifles, and they will have to try to neutralize one, maybe for free, to actually get any opportunity to win the round. There are 2 players at B right now, so this might not be the best site to take.
Yeah, Snacks over here with the op in the back of Checkers. He will find one getting chased down by Dennis, but he reacts properly. That's actually the bomb down, so maybe mousesports kind of committing that bomb a little bit too heavy-handed, and Gabi was just a little bit too far away to really have any ability to assist there. And so VP will take the lead. And so they are now up 5-4. This is going to be actually their first lead of the game. So
it's also
good job here from VP.
Yeah. It's one of the follies of just full executing on a site because you feel like it might be weak for that portion of the round. They were expecting Neo to be the solo man on the site because they know he anchors it quite often, but it was the wrong round for them to do it. I mean, Virtus.pro ended up having 2 players there to support Snacks and his rifle, and will actually be posturing for B again. Once again, when they concede map control on other parts, Neo just shutting that down immediately.
Yeah, I mean, the smoke came up, some nice flashes there from Snacks, really holds mousesports back and delays them, and then Neo just goes for the spam, and he finds it, and now he's looking for knife inside the smoke again. Oh, he doesn't get it, and he does get killed there. Stats with Pasha. They had a double op set up now, and that's going to be really hard to play against. You're going to see Snacks typically playing now that they had the double op. He'll probably be playing that B lobby quite often. Of course, Pasha will be either playing mid or maybe playing towards A. So this double op will certainly be a force to be reckoned with here. Pasha actually has to spawn for the B pick, so maybe he goes for that, and Snacks covers his mid or A at this point.
Yeah, nope, never mind. One of the follies of full executing off no information is you might run into a setup you don't like, but also trying to act on a read that is that Neo would be anchoring the site is what they were trying to do, and now they're reverse boosting Bents, and if Snacks always pops it early though, so they most likely didn't hear it. They might expect it anyway, but right now will still, if they want checker control, have to deal with a crossfire, and are eating flash is also doing a lot of team damage as Chris J. Oh, Neo with only 5 seconds to kill.
Yeah, he had the op, so it's kind of crazy he was playing that aggressive, but I guess he just wanted to sacrifice and be like supportive to what Snacks was doing. And Snacks will now fall off the vents, does a little bit of damage to Chris J and just kind of falls back, but Chris J will catch Bialy flanking, pressing through A, but at least VP have the information on exactly where all of mousesports players are, and they even have Taz to cut, mousesports off if they do try to fall back off of this and redirect back towards A. They're just going to rely on Snacks to anchor the site while they focus a lot of attention actually towards the possibility of mousesports falling back. But mousesports not going to do that. They're just going to keep forcing through. Snacks catches Tactics on the edge of the smoke there. Nico trying to take him out. They're just going to do a little bit of a spray battle. Neither one getting the kill just yet, but finally Snacks pulls out the Tech 9 and finishes the job. But Chris J is still able to put this into a 1 versus 2. He will get the bomb planted into the site here. There's Pasha and Taz trying to posture up for the retake, and Chris J steps out a bit too far. Taz finds him, and VP will continue extending their lead as they've now won the last 5 rounds in a row. So definitely showcasing that they're one of the best cash teams, man.
Well, the last 3 rounds, mousesports have kind of tried to hit B, hoping that the setup, I think, would change from Virtus.pro. It's been pretty much the perfect setup to hold against some sort of fast B or full B, and that's been the issue for mousesports. We're just kind of expecting Virtus.pro to change it up for almost no reason, and the reason that they can't go back and when they need to or when they should, or when they hopefully could be able to, is because they're five-manning B in those situations. Like right now we have a default, but those last 3 rounds they had 5 people over towards B. They were like, all right, let's flash into checkers, deal with these counter flashes and nades, and can never do it, and then don't have any options once that doesn't work. So end up having to go B for, like down a man or two.
Yeah, I hear you there. As Tash just caught like a lucky bullet through the smoke. They're catching a kill, and Chris J not checking his lockers. Will get caught by BI playing that aggressive A main setup. So VP just pulling out all the stops here. They're so dynamic on their CT side on this map. They're really good at moving the ops around, you know, changing up BI's position at A really well, going for mid control aggressively at times, and also just Snacks so dangerous in that Vents position, that mid to B type player. And Nico is able to get the entry though onto BI, falling back, catches Pasha too, falling back off of A main. So some big catches there from Nico. Next able to pick up Snacks lurking into the the mid garage. So all of a sudden, mousesports have turned something into nothing just off the back off of 2 Nico kills and the next frag there. They turned like a 5-on-3 into a 3-on-2 in their favor, and Nico continues catching Taz as well. So what a big round here from mousesports. Just really off the back of Nico just changing the landscape of this round so rapidly. It gets the quad kill to finish it, and man, you got to think that this dude should be starting on this team no matter what the language barriers are, man.
I know, he's insane. He's insane. And yeah, he just, you know, he baited Pasha and just walking right into his crosshair after Pasha assumed that, you know, he's going to get that pick and just fall away off. Instead, Nico knew that there was one more in A main, and simply that he would probably try to close his door or peek me because he has an op, and totally punished him for it. And obviously next caught a rotation frag that round. I mean, most people died without even being able to shoot a bullet. Which was pretty impressive. And yeah, that's, you know, mousesports doing a lot better in their default, working slowly when they can, not playing Virtus.pro's game of working fast and being able to defend against fast teams. And that seems to be what Virtus.pro is really good against. So Snacks taking some early damage in this round. Chris J answers back though.
He does, and Snacks taking a lot of damage as well over here on checkers, and he will actually get caught crossing out. Now Neo playing a bit of a bait setup here behind the box, so he may have a chance to you know, make something happen here. But God, he already took out Taz, and they already have a 5-on-2, so regardless of what Neo's able to do, in fact, he won't be able to do anything. Next just sniffs it out. You know, mousesports paying mines to all their corners here and checking everything out, and then not leaving any stone unturned. He will be able to get into the B bomb site here and get the bomb planted. Bialy trying to see what he can do. But it's not going to be a lot. He's just kind of trying to see if he can hold on to this, but he's obviously going to get chased here, and he won't be able to do much to hold on to that. So mousesports, after we saw VP go 5 in a row, they put 2 up of their own.
Yeah, and it's like, why 5-man when you can do that so well? Why 5-man when you can get all those rotation frags, when you can work split up and get picks, when you have so many good individual players? Why waste them in some sort of rush where they can take, you know, 50 damage from a molly, 30 damage from a nade, get shot in the back of the head, full blind, like when they can all just work around a map, a lurk, and get a frag each, right? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I hear you, but they are once again going for a pretty B-heavy setup here, but of course it is VP, you know, on just pistols. Next going to be throwing some fire here to the site to try to clear Neo out, but Neo's just playing this small pit area. He's able to get 1 kill. Not able to find more, but look at Snacks on this big flank. They have no clue, but oh, Chris J able to get it anyway here from the back of checkers, and next catching that Vince rotation. So mousesports seem like they'll be square here, as it's just going to be Pasha and Bialy left with their pistols, and they're blocked off by smokes, and they're not really able to do much of anything here. So mousesports are going to tie this game back up 7-all. It's like I said, they lost 5 in a row. Now they've come back with 3 in a row of their own in response, and they've actually really supported, you know, VP's CT side here.
Yeah, and I think maybe they're just figuring out what their best playstyle is. I guess, I don't know. Speedy is not being replaced, apparently. He's just on vacation, or at least that's what they were talking about in all chat earlier.
And that's fine. That's kind of what I figured. I'm just saying Nico's such a good player. It's a shame that he's resorted to just being a 6-man for like barely a top 10 team right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know, with Nico, it's always been motivation and maybe attitude, I guess, about the game, and that's why he hasn't wanted to learn German. But
the other, yeah, maybe. But the other big thing about him is, like, I think he's from Bosnia-Herzegovina. So there's not like a lot of players from that particular country that are like. It's not like he can make a Bosnia-Herzegovina team. Just like 5 players from that country. There's not enough talent there, so he kind of has to find like an international team to play with, and so I think that does kind of limit him a bit if he's not willing to learn another language.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, here showing that they can still play. I mean, they looked really out of it the first time basically they played with him, and I think that's why Gob, was just kind of like vocal about the fact that he needed to learn English or German because he wanted to be able to call in German. Well, VP do seal up that last round there in the midst of kind of a killing spree for mousesports. But mousesports looked fairly strong in the half towards the later end of it. Virtus.pro kind of figured out even that style, I guess, in that last round. If that half went on longer, who knows what would have happened. But we'll have to move on to this second half as mousesports had a pretty successful T side, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean this map is fairly balanced.
Yeah.
Like we said, Dust 2 is the one map that actually on land this year has been T favored, like at 50.6% or something like that. So, in which that does make sense for Dust 2. It's always kind of been that way, except for like a small period of time in CS:GO where the meta was a bit CT style on the map, but now it's kind of reverted back to being pretty T leaning.
Yeah.
But next in line is Cobblestone, and then right after that is in fact Cash. Like Cash is like third on the list of like terrorist opportunities. I would probably guess that Mirage is afterwards, and then Overpass.
Cash is just like a map that's so momentum based, and it's kind of hard to say why, but you can get rolling on either side, and there's almost no explanation for it. Why you'll be able to hit B 3 rounds in a row,
Right.
And I think it's just because maybe it's just so much more friendly to entries, and since entries are almost 50-50, they're almost like pistol round-esque in that regard. That if you're on T side. Or if you're on CT side, you can understand why a team might be able to just roll you, getting 2 quick entries. As both sides are fairly open.
Check out this pistol round strat. I used to see CLG in the NA scene run this exact strat, so I think this is where they may have gotten it from. Is they stack up 3 boosted and then they hit mid like late off of it with the smoke on the CT connector, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. They're just going to start storming up the highway, but Dennis holding it off quite well, able to get 1 kill and slow this down a bit, but still VP have full mid control, and they are such a mid-heavy team on Terra's side. They're like always going for mid control, and they're very good at it. So be on the lookout for that throughout most of the half. It's one of the big things about this team and why they're so good on this map, as they will just work into the site here. Nice one tap there from Pasha. Gabi trying to return the favor, but Neo will cut him off. And now it's just up to Nex and Nico here, where they did get into a 2v2. Now actually a 1v2 off the Bialy, and Nico just raining in the headshots there with the USP. And so there you have it. mousesports will win the pistol and tie this thing up at 8-all, and they want to win this. And I mean, I can understand why victory here, points-wise, would be really big for them to qualify for our LAN at the end of July. Because like I said, I think it's like VP and NIP are like the 2 favorites, because like Fnatic and Envious have direct qualification to it, so they don't have to play in the regular season. So the next teams that are favorites to get spots are teams like Virtus.pro and NIP. And then after that, it's like between mousesports and Titan and Navi and maybe Hellraisers. You could add to that list as another kind of favorite. So yeah, I mean, mousesports getting a win here against one of the other big favorites. That's like huge for them for the standings.
Yeah, that was so nasty from Pasha. That 1 peek on Chris J. But pistol round that almost went both ways once again, and this time they split it, this map as well, and it will be mousesports that have to retake A here. The bomb will most likely get planted, but not only that, I mean, they are actually going up against a straight-up buy.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of teams who get the first round bomb plant, but lose will just wait and buy Falake's 3rd round, but teams like VP, teams like Envious in the NA scene, teams like Nylum will definitely go for this 2nd round T-buy, get Tech 9s and get the AKs, so but... Smart. Yeah, they will get another bomb plan here, but mousesports looks like they are going to secure the round unless, like, Taz just ninjas. They haven't checked him. He could come around and kill this bomb diffuser, and he does. But I think there's still plenty of time here. Yeah, there is. So the round will still go to mousesports 9-8 here, but VP, at least they get a bomb plant there. And now they'll be forced to kind of just wait and buy a round late, so to speak.
That was so smart from Chris. They mollied off Bialy at quad. He was spotted from our player at A main with the UMP. He did some damage. He threw that molly at quad and then basically told the A main guy, listen, he's either going to peek your side or he's going to stand on that fire and die. And once he didn't peek the right side to peek A main, Chris J hopped over that E-box, spotted over the smoke, and see that he pushed into the site instead and just spammed through it and killed him. And that was a critical kill there. So really great heads-up play from him.
Yeah, now VP, like I said, forced to just kind of take a say this round so they can buy 4th round, which is like your normal buying anyway, but they would have had the opportunity to buy AK's 3rd round if they wanted to. I think that's always the safer bet. I don't really favor the 2nd round Tech 9 AK buy like that, but it's not that big of a risk as, like I said, still being able to buy on normal schedule at least. As mousesports will clean that up, making it 10-8, and now we go into the 3rd round of the half, and VP, or 4th round of the half, excuse me, now VP on their first full rifle round, and as I said, they really do favor the mid-control quite a lot. Bialy is going to have one Molotov that's probably either going to be used to clear out vents, or they actually sometimes bounce one like off this corner to flush out sandbags. They're one of the only teams I know that does that. They're just like putting a lot of emphasis on clearing out all the different spots on mid to get full control of it.
Nico is disgusting. 20 kills already in this game. So many of them have
this
been
push.
high impact.
Gabi and Nex playing inside the smoke here at the mid garage. They may even think about counter boosting here in a second. Looks like that's what they're lining up for.
Tez just watching it though. They made noise. I mean, that boost is over before it started. 2 players are spotted close mid on an eco or anything. I mean, and well, we've seen this buy before. Gob and Chris both getting UMPs. They do this so often on full buys. I mean, I guess to just see that how much impact or how much damage UMPs do to armored opponents. And oh, here might be a good read as there's only 1 player anchoring B.
Yeah, with the mid aggression, they kind of know. Virtus.pro does the same thing on their CD setup where they just go 3 heavy mid and they anchor each side. So with VP getting a read on that mid aggression from the noise that they heard, they probably realize that there's only 1 B, and so they just attack that anchor player, and they're able to get the site very easily. Some nice smokes up on heaven and lower. They're gonna get the spawn planted. Pasha cutting off the rotates pretty much single-handedly at this point. 3 kills for him. And all up to Nico now, just the M4 and a 1v5, and he'll just try to see if he can't hold on to the gun. But obviously, VP are going to get chased. They have a lot of bodies to throw at him, and the first one will do the job. That's going to be Neo. So it is VP coming right back at mousesports, 1 round away from tying it back up at 10-all. And we've actually had a situation where both these games have come to like 11-11 type situations, or 11-10. So these maps have been at least quite close up until the very end.
They were legit anchoring B with a UMP on Chris J.
Yep.
That's pretty insane.
Indeed. Indeed. That is quite true. And, of course, after this game is over, we do, of course, have another game starting in about 30 minutes with Existence taking on Gamers 2. So I just wanted to alert you that we do have another best of 2 coming up for Europe right after this one. And of course we have some NA stuff going on later on as well. So in a few hours. So definitely just want to stay tuned for all that good stuff here. As Dennis getting aggressive in the A main, able to get the headshot there onto Bialy, but Virtus.pro responds quite well in their trades. Next just trying to anchor inside the site with the 5-7, able to get a kill. He's got a scout, but Snacks is going to be able to clean him up. And so it's now a 2-on-3, but Gabi has slipped into the site here with the M4, trying to avoid all these nades. Nice flash from his teammate actually to peek with, and he will get a frag to make it back into a 2 versus 2. As Pasha and Neo just left here. They actually start falling back into A main like they want to eventually maybe drop back, but Pasha catches Gabi, maybe peeking a bit too much there from the quad. And so now they have a 2v1 all up to Chris J with the op, and right now he's not even positioned to challenge. He's trying to rotate to the truck. This is giving VP some free reign, but oh, he spots Neo on top of the forklift, and now it's a 1v1 all up to Pasha. He plants the bomb. He puts some distance between himself and that bomb as he works his way around here towards the forklift. Chris J will just smoke it. He's just going to stick it. And Pasha's not even thinking about challenging. Oh my goodness. Rather unfortunate.
Yeah, he did an open plant and he didn't plant for himself. Like that wasn't an open. If it was a little bit higher up, he could spam it, from some sort of angle, like from A main, even if there's a smoke down. But it wasn't high enough up. We've seen that same issue. Remember when Swag got that 1-tap on a Dren and then like defused while Nitro was in A main because it was like supposed to be an A main plant, but it wasn't high enough on the zone. Do you remember that he got that 1-tap on a Dren playing forklift? He pre-fired it.
I do not remember that. No.
What?
Swag hasn't played CS in forever, so I don't remember. It's like that has to be at least 6 or 7 months ago what you're talking about, so I don't remember that.
So memorable.
Sorry, bud.
It's a 1v3.
Remember Swag nading himself to death in a 1v1 clutch on Inferno.
Oh yeah, you remember that, huh?
Sorry. And so we are going to see VP pouring into A once again with kind of these set smokes blocking off all these rotators and isolating the site. Nico and Nex just kind of backing off, though not even challenging, just waiting for these smokes to clear, waiting for their players to get in position to help the retake here. And Pasha already is going to find Dennis, though, hugging the wall over towards CT spawn. And it's looking like mousesports don't really have a great foothold here to retake, but they're trying to come in. They do actually still grab the kills anyway. God. Nico just clearing things out.
What a legend, headshots.
Yeah, like I said, man, it's such a shame that like he can't find a starting role on a big team.
I don't know, man. I bet Speedy's on vacation watching these games and being like, oh my goodness.
He's got that contract though. He's like, listen, boys, got a contract.
Just waving that in front. I don't care how much you don't like playing. No, I'm just kidding. Speedy's nuts, but that's I mean, Nico's just crazy. I mean, everyone knew Nico was an amazing player from before. They knew that before they chose Speedy over him. You know, when he was playing for other teams, but just obviously playing so well in this match.
Yeah, they're just so selective. mousesports is like they made this same call with Alu. You know, they got rid of him for the same reason about the German calling thing, and then they picked up Nico anyway. It was the same problem. So
yeah,
they've lost.
Yeah, they were like, okay, we need frags, and then they're like, no, we just can't take the German thing.
Yep, exactly. And they flip flopped on that twice now with players between Alu and Nico. But Nico has still stuck around to be a six-man for them, and he's been quite the six-man, right? As you do have, once again, mousesports in a clear advantage here, as they are just shutting down this A-hit again. Nico, another 3K for him, and man, he's only just a few frags away from 30 on this map, so maybe Nico is the hard counter for VP. I don't know. Just a good player in general.
It's just, I mean, they've got they have 3 legitimate stars right now. I mean, mousesports are, in my opinion, after like today and yesterday, could beat almost anyone. I think, I mean, apart from I feel like Fnatic have a chance against anyone on 2 maps. They have 3 like seriously legitimate stars playing right now, and if they're all playing well, that is, you know, I mean, as a team, not individually, they always play well, but. If they can play well as a team as well, and Gob is a straight up good caller.
Yeah, I think it comes down to how they play on LAN. We haven't seen this team LAN yet, and obviously we've even seen like Chris J at times struggle to perform on LAN in comparison to his online play. Though he has been much better, I guess, in his most recent LAN showings in that regard. Like when I saw him at the last ESCA LAN, even though they didn't like do necessarily very well, he still played okay. Nico is playing good, even though he's not a starter anymore. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, this German scene confuses me so much on the way they roster swap the way that they do. But either way, we're looking to at least secure this game against VP today. But Neo slips into the B-bomb site, flips through CT spawn as well, and keeps finding the frags. Neo just going monster mode right now in his own right, all up to Nico, and he's playing well, but he can't 1v4 there. So VP coming right back at mousesports with a round of their own to make it 10-.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, that was just Neo slipping in through the smoke there and finding a kill on Gabi playing headshot. He's got to be very mad about that. That was a really nice shot onto him. And that does give VP a very crucial round win, one that they definitely needed to stay alive in this game, as we've just been talking of mousesports, who have been playing so well when VP are still not out of this. I mean, they are, it seems like, close to it, but not quite. And can never really count them out, ever, in any matchup, in any situation.
Right, yeah, definitely, as we are going to see mousesports having to try to defend this A site again, as VP just went on the heavy execution here, and so far they're doing okay. They've kept it a 3-on-3, and they do have the bomb down, and then Next just sweeps in with Dennis and grabs a couple of quick frags, and then all of a sudden the flanker, that's going to be Neo, gets caught, and now all of a sudden mousesports are 1 round away from map point, and VP... I mean, they have some money, but Neo's real low there. I mean, I guess they can drop around, but this isn't going to be a full healthy buy. This is going to be a slightly broken. Yeah, in fact, Neo will just take the pistol so that everyone can get armor and nades on top of their AKs rather than having to drop him something.
Yeah, no, this is, and they're playing to win right here. I mean, they do have enough money for 4 AKs, so I can't blame them. I'm not going to say that it's any kind of snap tilt buy, but next off immediately finding Pasha, that could be it.
Yeah, I don't like plays like that. Like, it's so risky to do that. To just make a play by yourself. Yeah.
You know, he could push out with that spawn, but once that nade hits him, you really want to just take it because you have the spawn, but that nade slows you down and ruins your spawn completely.
Yeah.
Let's answer back though.
That or just have someone pop flashing for you, at least to have some type of like play on it instead of just relying on being able to get out and not get punished. And mousesports here have the 3-on-2, but Bialy sweeps through the checkers here. Nice frag onto Gambi. Up to Dennis will just come through heaven. He'll find a frag. Puts Nico into a 1v1. Bomb is going to be down in front of the side. Taz will pick it up. He gets back in. He will just fake plant safely. Nico will now peek out. Taz will catch him for it. So VP figuring out a way to put that round away despite how chaotic it got. And hold off mousesports at least for now. At least for now from getting to map point. But even mousesports have to kind of consider. I don't know. I thought they should have just kind of saved here, man. They have a little bit of cushion to work with. Get a full healthy buy to put this in the map point next round and just concede it. But they decided to put together the broken buy. What they
I think they buy now, so that it's going to be 12. They can save once and then buy on 14 instead of 13 and 15. If that makes sense.
Right. They are going to go for this boost here, but I mean, VP are going to hear this. That's why you see a lot of people doing their run boost up the top of red box to avoid being heard doing this. But it doesn't matter. They still get the kill anyway on this squeaky door play, which is Taz Snack still in here, though, trying to spam through the door. He does get the kill onto Dennis because of that spam, so nice job there. Well done. As this is going to prompt VP to start executing into the A-bomb site now. Neo holding back while the rest just start pouring in. And they are going to be getting the favorable trades here. Bialy going to go onto the plant now. 3 versus 2 for VP. As Gambi and Chris J. We'll see if they can retake.
VP are mad they legit power up. And it's just hard to stop them. Chris J might be the answer, however. Though he is getting smoked off in A main and has an op in a 1v2.
He's going to back off and save it.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't want anything to do with this. This is a very expensive piece of equipment he has. Something that they won't have. They just save one and buy next. And as you mentioned, has been is kind of a really light buy. VP are the team to prove that they can win out in this half. But when they get mad, man, they just seem to get stronger and stronger. And they performed pretty much the exact same execute that fell flat on its face in a round previous and made it look a lot easier this round. Pretty much no difference. I mean, they were throwing smokes offhand as they were coming out of A main, like nothing set at all. Just straight up entering into the site because they know how good they are.
Right on. As with that said, mousesports still 1 round away from map point, but they're only going to have really Chris J's out to work with this round. So VP definitely in good standing to put this to 13 and make this game close here. As this is pretty much their map. I mean, it's one of their best. They have one of the highest win rates ever on this map, at least this year in 2015. If you do see Virtus.pro looking like they want to work over towards the B side this time around, we are going to have one player up close here. But Pasha's going to catch that. Was Gabi trying to be sneaky but unable to hit the mark, and VP will just get the entries here and get to the site. No problem. And Chris J will probably just save this off again. This just might as well, right? I mean, no need to try to go for anything crazy here.
Yeah, no, it's really actually awkward that he saved for this round because mousesports didn't want to spend any money, like no half armor or anything like that because of how low they are. And yeah, he needs to and really wants to hold on to this op. But VP are going to start chasing almost immediately in the way. And, because of how quickly they got that plant, it'll probably be Chris to actually need to get a kill here. But, it looks like they feel kind of like they don't have enough money to look for him quite yet, or just aren't going to spend that much effort because they don't want to get traded out. Even though he's saving, it is still Chris J with an op.
Yeah, I mean, VP have the money to chase, so it would have made sense to maybe try to, but they just didn't. And mousesports are going to be able to put together a full buy here, so this is their chance to put this thing to map point here and now. Otherwise, if they lose this round, likely going to have to just give VP map point and then play for the tie. They won't really have the money, except for Chris J, who has a little bit of a bank now because he saved that op for so long. That's the only thing that they kind of have going for him in that regard. As we do see Dennis and Next once again getting really, really aggressive here on mid. Chris J will just anchor the B bomb site with his one op over here at B lobby. So he has a chance here against Bialy, who may be stepping out here pretty soon, but he is going to be blocked off.
This is a pretty good setup from Mouse, actually, though. A great nade on Dennis, though. Brings him down to 49. No one's going to be exiting just yet, and he is going to get mollied out, though.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, VP's so good at getting mid-control despite the situation. No matter how aggressive the CTs are playing, they can still work these nades and work their way out. They seem to just kind of take mid-control whenever they feel like it. Like I said, despite the odds or the positioning, and they'll get it this time as well. They're going to turn it into a really quick V-split here, and so far being quite successful with it, as they do just clear the whole entire side out. Christian unable to do anything with that op. Dennis only able to find one before going down, and once again, Nico will be all alone in a 1 versus 3, and he's starting to approach the mid area of the map, and I don't think he'll really go for this as much as he just might look for some exits, but it is going to be VP tying this game up at 14-14. Like I said, just so good whenever they want to, whenever the going gets tough. If they want mid control, they'll just grab it, and they just use it for a really fast B split there.
Yeah, VP are now kind of in a better position than Mouse were, even though Mouse were up 3 rounds, and I don't know, they just seem to just wake up. I mean, they're performing the same fast strategies, the fast A, the mid control and split Bs, and they're just working now. And it's, you know, Melo's answering back with the perfect CT setups. They played 2-2-1, which is exactly the setup that you want versus a split B, and yet came away with only killing what, 2 people, 1 person. So that's just VP imposing their will on you.
Yeah, they call it the Virtus plow for a reason. They just catch up to speed and just start plowing through here, as we do see VP once again setting up for some type of mid control. They have a lot of mollies, and like I said, they love to use them to clear out vents as well as clearing out that sandbags corner. Next will once again be playing up close here, but that nade will come in and find its mark again on him. Doesn't do that much damage, but it still does land. As VP just looking for pushes here. Dennis does get aggressive at A main. He does actually get the kill on the Bialy, and he does fall back. He's not able to pick up a gun or anything, but at least he gets the kill for his team. Snacks, in the meantime, does catch Nex in that smoke spam over on the mid garage, and Chris J will bring us a hop into the A main to look for any type of aggressive peaks here. But VP, as I said, really focus on getting mid control. Taz and Pasha getting boosted up here. Nico playing the highway. He does have his M4, one of the only 2 that has guns on his team for this round. And he'll get a pop flash here from a second from Dennis, and he'll peek with this, and he has a chance to maybe, get a few frags off of that pop flash, but not gonna happen. Or never mind, it does actually. He does catch Snacks. Pasha and Taz will now try their luck, and Nico will find another one, and now it's just gonna be all up to Taz and Neo now in a 2 versus 3.
Yeah, and it's actually a good position. Though over in the B main is Gob, and if he didn't get that kill, who knows what would have happened this round. But now it's all of a sudden Taz in a 1v3, and Neo's got to feel pretty bad about the fact that he just lost a duel to a P250 on a pushing player. This is a crucial round for match point. Taz does find one.
Oh my God, are you kidding? Taz may actually clutch this thing up, man. 1 versus 3, and he wins it. He lines up those last 2 for the quad kill of the round, and Taz saves the day for VP. Holy cow. What a 1v3 there from Taz. That kill he got on the lower CT player was insane, man. Like, it was just like the craziest pixel shot to get that. And now VP are at, they're already at map point here. They're going to try to see if they can tie up this series. Mousesports looking to see if they can't press this in the overtime. They do have the full buy. For now at least, and they do have Chris J on the op, so they have a good chance. But VP, they just look like they want to get pretty heavy-handed here over at the A side of the map, and there's only 1 player there. It's going to be Nico. Dennis is starting to float back though from the highway, but if they can catch Nico and get in here and get the bomb down, they'll have a 5v4 post-plant situation on their hands to work with. And Nico getting pinched here from A main and Squeaky Door, gets caught in an awkward space, and he will go down to Snacks. So VP just looked like they had the advantage coming to A, but luckily Dennis is here, but he's all alone, and he gets caught immediately by Neo, and there's no one else really rotating except for Nex at the highway. He does catch Neo. We try to get a bit aggressive there at the barrels, but you gotta like VP chances to close this map out now.
I mean, it obviously comes down to Taz winning that round. That's just he shouldn't have won it, and it was made up of amazing shots, and pretty much gave Mousesports no chance here. And Taz, the man to close it out as well. 2 rounds ago had 11 frags, and now has 17 and stopped scoring on his team. So
yeah, I mean, he just came in the clutch there, and that second to last round over on the B bomb site, that 1v3 was definitely on point. Yeah, of course you could probably point out some mistakes on Mousesports and how they peaked that 3v1, but still Taz making nonetheless. And, turning that series at least into a tie after dropping Cobble. And I think that's kind of how I expected it to go. I figured if mousesports were going to get a win, it would be on Cobble. Out of the two maps, I thought VP definitely had cash clinched. But I will say it wasn't the comfortable victory I thought it would be. It was quite a close game. I mean, it was 16-14, so it's not as if VP just like smashed their way into victory. It definitely
they
took
barely
a lot
won.
of
They in fact should have lost. I mean, there was Mousesports were up 14-11, had 3 chances to win on that last round. Obviously, we're up 3-1 and still lost to Taz. And then it's a huge reason they got trashed there. So that's that. Congrats to VP for securing a point.
Yeah, definitely a good job there, and props to mousesports though for pulling the upset and at least getting a map out of that series and tying it up. So, with that said, we're not done for today. As I said, we do have another game coming up here between Existence and Gamers 2. So definitely want to be on the lookout for that coming up in about 15 minutes. And of course, later on tonight we do have some NA games. Method taking on CLG, SKDC versus Liquid. So definitely want to check those out later on tonight as well. So do follow up. Do stay tuned. But we'll take about a 15-minute break before we start our next game. So just stay tuned and we'll be right back with you.